Today I'm going to show you how to make delicious homemade hollandaise sauce from scratch. These are the ingredients that you'll need. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is separate out my egg yolks from my whites, because hollandaise sauce is made with just egg yolks. And I'm putting my egg yolks into a medium-sized glass bowl that will fit nicely on top of a small saucepan, because we're going to be cooking this over the stovetop. Now the whites you can save to make a white cake, or you can make an egg white omelet with them, or give them to your dog like I do. It's really up to you, but we will not be needing them for this recipe. Next, I've got my saucepan with about an inch or so of water in it, maybe even less, over medium heat, and I'm going to bring that up to a simmer. You want to make sure that when you put your bowl on top to act as the bain-marie, as they call it, or double boiler, that the water does not touch the bottom of your bowl. Now to my egg yolks, I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. You could use fresh squeezed if you like. I'm also going to add in 1 tablespoon of water, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of sugar. Now using a whisk, I'm going to whisk this up, and I'm going to constantly be stirring this until my water comes up to temperature. Now you want your water to be simmering, but you do not want it to be at a rolling boil. You want to cook these egg yolks gently and slowly. You can see here that my water's going just a little bit too hard, so I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit, bring it back down to a simmer, and I'm going to cook this egg yolk mixture, stirring constantly with that whisk, until my egg yolks thicken up and get really nice and shiny, nice and glossy, and thick. Here you can see how nice and thick our egg yolk mixture has gotten. This is the consistency that you're looking for. It'll kind of coat the sides of the bowl, and now it's time to start adding in our butter. Now I'm going to be adding in a total of 1 stick of butter, which is 8 tablespoons, but I'm going to be adding this in 1 tablespoon at a time. Now I'm using butter that has been softened just a little bit, sat out for maybe a half hour or so, just to take the chill off of it. And as I'm adding this in, I want to make sure that the tablespoon that I add in completely melts and incorporates into that egg yolk mixture before I add the next tablespoon. And you just want to keep going through and adding in tablespoon by tablespoon until you get that entire stick of butter incorporated. Now you may notice as you're doing this that your hollandaise sauce will get really thick. If it gets too thick on you and your arm becomes sore because it's so thick, just add another couple teaspoons of water to it, and that'll thin it out and make it a lot easier to incorporate that butter. And then once you get all that butter incorporated, you can go ahead and take it off heat, and now it's time to season this. Now I find that homemade hollandaise sauce is just a little bit on the bland side. I like to spice it up a little bit, make it taste a little bit more like the packaged mix varieties that you get at the grocery store that you just add water and butter to. I'm going to put in 2 dashes of paprika, as well as about 1/8 of a teaspoon or so of turmeric, and that'll give our hollandaise sauce a nice, deep, rich yellow flavor. Also, I'm going to add in just barely a pinch of both garlic and onion powder. Now, you won't really taste this in the finished hollandaise sauce, but it gives it that something to spice it up a little bit. I'm also going to add in about 1/16 of a teaspoon or so of white pepper. I like using white pepper because I don't like seeing black flecks in my hollandaise sauce. But I'm just going to whisk this up. Go ahead and serve this up over steamed asparagus, or of course on eggs benedict. But there you go. That is how easy it is to make hollandaise sauce from scratch at home. Hope you guys enjoy, and thanks so much for watching.